What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. I'm Danny Davis with Recon Sports, and in this video we're going to be going over how to create your own team goal board by connecting your Power BI account to MaxPreps and having that data connection power your team goal board. Now, what is a team goal board for you? For all of you that don't know, all of your games are up on the top on the columns, and you have certain goals per category going down on the rows, and you want to see if your team hit that goal or not without having to do any manual work throughout the year. This is going to take you 30 minutes to set up, and it's going to be refreshed every 30 minutes, available on your iPhone, on your iPad, any device that you want. Now, is creating a team goal board going to be helpful for you in your situation? Honestly, probably not, depending on what your role is. But what is going to be extremely helpful for you is learning how to connect to any open source website, pull in the data, do a slight transformation, and put it in to see the metrics that you want in a color scheme of your choosing that's available on any device at the push of a button, refreshed every 30 minutes. Now, this is so simple and so easy. We're going to do it in less than 30 minutes. The files are available for you at the bottom for you to follow along, create your own, do anything you want with it. Alright, thanks for watching. Let's jump in and let's get after it. So the first thing you want to do is open Power BI. I have just a blank file open right now, and then we also have the link to the Thomson Warriors stats on MaxPreps. This is stats and game stats. You can use any team that you want. You just need to make sure that they have stats. Not all teams do. So there's a few tables here that we want to pull into Power BI to calculate all of our measures, which is going to go on our goal board. So the first thing we want to do is as simple as take this link. We're going to go to Power BI, connect to a web source, paste this link in. Now, because it's a web page, it's going to want to try to pull the data from the whole page. We just need the actual tables with the data. So here's that first one. Here's the rushing. Here's the passing. Here's the turnovers. Here are the special teams. And here are the totals. So I'm going to pull in all 6 of these data tables from that page. I'm going to press transform data. Now we're going to come in here and clean this up a little bit. Alright, let's start with table number 1. So it looks like that has these season totals. So we don't necessarily care about the season totals right now. So I'm going to simply filter out this null. So we have the date, we have the opponent, we have the result. This is carries. Or no, what is this? So let's open this up here. Alright, so this first one is passing. Okay, so this is really going to be completions. This is pass attempts. This is passing yards. This is the completion. This is the average completion. This is passing. Touchdowns. Interceptions is good. Pass long. QB rate. Boom. That's good. Alright, so this is our passing table. Run. Alright, we don't need this date and we don't need the blank. Now see how this is different here? We got an actual date here and an actual column. That's annoying, but at least we have the actual opponent's name because we're looking for a common denominator in these. Okay, so it looks like the opponent. Perfect. So column 34 didn't pull that in. Looks like it's carries. Rushing carries. This looks like total rushing yards, minus 1 yard. Rushing average. Per attempt. This 15 is the rushing long. Column 8 is 100 plus yards rushing. And the last one is rushing TDs. Okay, so table 3 is receiving. So because we have the passes in there, this is pretty much the same as, yeah, this is the same as passing. So I don't need this table. What's table 4? Offensive fumbles and pancake blocks. Okay. So this is going to be offensive fumbles, offensive fumbles lost, and pancake blocks. It looks like there's not even any data there. So I technically didn't even have to pull that in, but just for the sake of the demonstration. So this first one was rushing. The second one is offensive fumbles, and table 5, all-purpose yards. We don't need the all-purpose yards except for the special teams. So I'm actually going to turn this into the special teams because I like how they have those there. So we got rush, receiving, KR, total. This first one here. So I'm on table 5, 499, 6803. That's the season total. Okay. So let's take out this null. We don't need the null. Looks like that's the season total. Okay, boom, and this is all-purpose yards. Table 6 is total yards, and because I already have the totals, I don't need table 6. Okay, so now that I got everything lined up, we need to create basically a unique identifier. We can technically use the opponent, but instead I'm going to add a column on each one. I'm going to add an index column from 1. I'm going to move this to the beginning. And this is the game. So this is game 1. It's going in chronological order. So games 1 through 14. I'm going to add this to each one of these. Again, I'm just adding an index column, renaming it game. And I'm going to move this to the beginning so I can now merge all these together. Index column. Game. All right. Now I'm going to merge all of these together. And there's two types of transformations to tables. It's a merging and appending. Appending would be if I wanted to put it on the bottom of this, if all of the column names were the same. Merging if it is I want to just stack it from left to right. So I'm going to go merge as new. My unique identifier for the passing and rushing yards is the game ID. So I'm going to merge these together. I'm going to go here to that rushing table, and I want pretty much everything that's not the game date, win, loss, and opponent, because I already have that. So I just did passing and rushing. Now I'm going to do the same thing for offensive fumbles. Offensive fumbles. Again, don't need the result, the opponent, or anything like that. And now lastly is the all-purpose yards. All-purpose yards. Now, I don't like that I didn't rename this, so I'm going to rename this all-purpose. All-purpose, I think I'm spelling that right. Okay, so now this is our main table here. So I'm gonna right click on all these tables. I don't want to pull in anything unnecessary that I don't need. So I'm not gonna enable load. All I want to do is have these refresh in the background and pull into my master table here, which we'll name master game data. Boom. So I want to get the win-loss from here. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to split this out. Split by delimiter, the leftmost space. Boom, there's my win-loss. I don't necessarily need a score right now. And here's win-loss. Okay, now we should be good to go. We got all this data here, clean and easy in one table. Let's close and load this. Alright, now that our data is loaded in here, we can just quite simply, because it's all in one place now, I don't have to do any type of modeling, any type of nonsense with this. We just did some simple data engineering. Now we're going to put it all together on one table. So I want a matrix. We'll focus on the design next. Let's just get everything that we want on here. So at the top, I want my game, and I want the opponent. Where's the opponent? I'm going to double drill down on this. Sorry, I actually want these on columns. Going to double drill down. And now I'm just going to start adding here. So here's our all-purpose. Let's go from the top. Let's go win and loss. Let's go total rushing yards. And let's do values. We want to keep the values as rows. Let's remove the subtotals. So the sum of rushing yards, the sum of passing yards, the total rushing carries, rushing per attempt, rushing TDs, rushing yards we've got. Let's put passing up top, passing attempts, passing touchdowns. We want our completion percent. We want our, what else do we got here? Offensive fumbles lost. Let's put no fumbles lost. We'll do that. Passing long, passing yards. QBR result. Okay. Anything else good? No. Do we got rushing carries? Yeah. 1, 2. How many things we got here? Let's put INTs. We don't want any INTs. Okay. So now let's go through and we're going to name what we want these. So let's say I had a sheet with our actual goals on it, And our total, we want to be over, we want to be 450 plus total yards. We want to have 20 plus pass attempts. We want to have an over 65% plus completion. Total passing yards, we want, or no, total passing touchdowns, we want 2 plus passing touchdowns. We want 0 INTs. We want over QBR. Rushing yards, we want 150. Let's do 200. And let's do 250 plus passing yards. I can move this passing up here. Okay. We want to run the ball at least 25 times. We want average carry to be 5.0 plus yards per carry. And we want at least 3 plus rushing touchdowns. Alright, fumbles lost, we want 0 fumbles lost. Alright, so now that we have this table here, I can now start to do some design work. So there's a lot of themes that come out of the box. I'm not a huge fan of them, to be honest, but it is easy to edit a theme. So I'm going to customize this. Let's go back to dual screen here. Can I do this? There we go. And we want this. Okay, so to get the colors in here, I'm going to come and I'm going to customize my theme. And I want their color. So this is a great attachment or a great plugin to any browser, is being able to just pick whatever color you want. I'm going to click their red. Here's their red. Here's their main color. There's their main color. Let's actually go to their website. Thompson Warriors. We want to pull the hex colors. Okay, boom, here we go. So they've got some good colors here. So one of the things that is sometimes hard is when they have red. Usually red means bad. So if we were to put red here, it might look like it's bad. There's their light red. Here's their gray. Oh. Here's their light gray. And one of the things that I like doing is putting like a neutral green in here. You can see all the colors that I have. Let's put like a light green. in here just to have. Let's put, that should be all I need for now. Because black will come. Alright, this is good. We're going to apply this. So now, let's start filling this out. So I'm going to do red for if they hit it, and black. No, then we can't see the text. So this is where, so we're just going to conditional format the first one. Here's win-loss. So if it's a win, we want to do it green. If it's a loss, let's do it just white. Actually, let's do, since we're doing it that way, we can do their actual colors. And that's a little too dark to see the text. Let's do the lighter one. Okay. This one, conditional format. We're going to go to rules. So if it's over 450 number, and then just put the max here, greater than or equal to the max, we're going to put that red. Over 250 passing. $20 rushing yards, or 20 pass attempts. %65 completion. The percentage is always kind of weird. Perfect. 2+ passing TDs. Zero INTs. QBR over 100. Over 200 rushing yards. Over 25 carries. Oops. Can be a little monotonous, but the good thing is you're only going to do this twice. It's going to refresh. You're going to have it on every device. Why do I keep doing field failure? Two more rushing touchdowns. Why do I keep? I usually do field values because I can do dynamic colors. Alright, last one. Boom. Okay. Now I'm going to center all of these. Start going into formatting this up a little bit. So for each one, I wish there was a better way to do this, but you got to select each of these series and center them. Perfect. Okay, so now this is about the size that I want this. So let's make this bigger. I want the text to be black on everything. Let's bold it. Let's make this bigger. Let's do the same with the column headers. Let's center these. Maybe that's too big. Well, we can make it bigger after. Alright, and then the row headers at 13. Bolded, centered, and black. Let's change this border to black. Let's put vertical lines that are black. Alright, and now let's space these out a bit. Go to the grid, we're going to go to options, row padding. Let's pad this out. Beautiful. Okay, and now we're going to make this a bit bigger. So I'm going to click off everything. I'm going to go to canvas settings. I'm going to go to custom. And the great thing about Power BI is this will print pretty good. There we go. And now we can maybe even do this. Okay, actually what I want to do with this is because we're going to put in a background. Let's go to, it usually just puts it on a default style. Let's go to no style here. We're going to have to reformat this just a little bit. Let's do the text, black values. I want the background to be this gray that they have. And row headers. Actually, we're going to do this white because we're going to put a dark background. We got this here. Let's paste this. I had that copied from earlier. Okay, now let's put a background on this. I made this in ChatGPT. Pretty easy and simple to do. The pixels could be a little bit better. Not that one. But it gets the job done for right now. Okay, let's make this white. Let's do some grids. We want horizontal grids. We'll make those white. We want vertical grids. Let's make those also white. And now let's space this out. Row padding. Oh yeah. Let's get this. Let's do 7. Alright. Pop this down a little bit. Now I'm going to add some pictures that I got off their website. Oh yeah. And let's do one more. The helmet. I'll just put this right in here. Boom. Alright, so now we got our 2025 team goal board. This is going to refresh. I could set this in the settings. It'll refresh every 30 minutes. I would publish this to my workspace. It would be on my phone, my iPad, mobile, website. Actually, you know what? I don't like these vertical lines. Let's change this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's remove the horizontal lines. I can publish this to my workspace, wherever I want to see it. If you need help on that, look at some of our other tutorial videos on how to do it, or reach out and ask. We love helping you out on your Power BI journey. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful, and tune in for next time. Thanks.